Good afternoon. Today is Tuesday, September 3rd, 2019, and this is the first hearing of the month for the City of Tempe Hearing Officer. I'm going to read something into the record and then we can go ahead and get right into our agenda. The City of Tempe Hearing Officer is authorized by Arizona Revised Statutes and the City of Tempe Zoning and Development Code. The hearing officer has the duty to carry out both the provisions and the intent of the Zoning and Development Code and the Tempe City Code. The hearing officer is granted the authority through ZDC Section 6-310 to conduct public hearings to decide upon the abatement of code violations occurring on properties within the City of Tempe. Code violations include, but aren't limited to, deteriorated landscaping, inoperable vehicles, deteriorated structures, storage of junk or refuse, or deteriorated swimming pools. Abatement actions are brought before the hearing officer by the city's Code Compliance Division, typically after a number of attempts have been made at contacting the property owner to obtain compliance with the city code. The hearing officer may issue an order directing the owner, occupant, rental agent, property manager, or other responsible person to abate a code violation, or authorize the city to abate the condition giving rise to that violation. The cost of such abatement is the responsibility of the owner of the property where the violation occurred and may be collected as an assessment against the property found to be in violation. On today's revised agenda, we have 6 items. We have a set of minutes from August 20th, 2019, and 5 property abatements. Any property owner who is aggrieved by a decision of the hearing officer may file an appeal within 14 calendar days after the hearing officer has made a decision. As such, the deadline for appealing any decision rendered today is 3 p.m. on September 17th, 2019. Abatement appeals are heard by the Board of Adjustment, after which they may also be appealed to the Superior Court. The property owner has 14 days to either file an appeal or bring the property into code compliance. If neither of these things happen by this date, the property will then be abated by the city. Joining me this afternoon from Community Development, I have Shelby Meyer and Drew Yoakum. And that concludes what I needed to read in the record, so I'll go ahead and jump into the agenda. The first item on the agenda is a set of minutes from August 20th, 2019, and I believe that they accurately reflect what took place at that hearing, so I'm going to go ahead and approve the minutes for August 20th, 2019. The next item on the agenda is request for abatement of public nuisance items at the Webb property. This is located at 1011 West 12th Street. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. My name is Andres La Reyes. I'm here to request an 180-day open abatement at the property at 1011 West 12th Street, Tempe, Arizona 55281. This is for violation of overhigh grass and weeds in the front yard. This property has been in violation since June 13 of this year, 2019. Also have mailed and posted notices to the property. There has been no response. This is one of the properties that have been in violation for at least 6 years, and there has never been a response from the owner.
I recognized the name when I saw it in my packet, and I thought, man, I think that sounds familiar.
Right.
Is the property owner here this afternoon? I don't believe so, but I need to call to the public anyways. I don't believe he's here this afternoon. I did drive by the site. I believe it was Saturday, and I agreed with your assessment, so it's not changed.
No, as of this morning, I have pictures here. You need to see those. So this morning, it remains in violation.
Okay, you can just give the photographs to Drew or Shelby, and we'll go ahead and put them in the files so that we can have the most up-to-date photos in the record for the case. So the property, I'm sorry.
Oh, no, go ahead.
I was going to say the property owner is not here to contest it, and I agree with your assessment, so I'm going to go ahead and approve the abatement you're requesting in CE 194226.
Correct.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Agenda item number 3 is a request for abatement of public nuisance items. This is at the Gutierrez property located at 2109 East Pegasus Drive.
Good afternoon, ma'am. Jack Schofield, Code Inspector with the City of Tempe, here today requesting a 180-day open abatement for the property at 2109 East Pegasus Drive to address trash and debris in the front and rear yard. Several notifications were mailed out to the property owner. I have had several conversations at the property and on the phone with her. I've granted several extensions, offered her the HEART program as well for assistance. She said she has medical problems, so I had offered her that, which she did not take advantage of, and also offered her the voluntary abatement, which she declined. I have written out a citation for the property, which I do have a court case on that on the 23rd. But as of right now, the property has not changed. That's why I'm asking for the abatement to be approved.
Okay. Thank you. I wasn't able to see in the back when I drove the site, but I did see the front, and I definitely agree with your assessment. And you are requesting 180 days, correct?
Yes, ma'am. And I do have current photos here as well, but that has not changed from the photos that were submitted with the packet.
Okay. And this site I drove Sunday? Yeah, Sunday. So I do agree. I do have some photographs that were provided to me from a neighbor who was unable to attend this afternoon, but he submitted a card, and so I needed to read that into the record. His name is Manuel Padilla, and his comment is, he says, "I'm the next door neighbor that is upset by the violations that continue to occur as shown in the photographs I created." This is dated August 7th, 2019. And what it is it's a compilation of 30 different photographs from December 2011 to the present day. And, you know, there's several photographs this summer detailing both in the front yard and in the backyard as well. So I'm unable to put those up on the screen right now, but nevertheless, they will be part of the public record. So anyone who wants to see those photographs will be able to do so by calling City of Tempe staff. I don't believe the property owner is here this afternoon. So there's no testimony from the property owner about her intent to remedy this situation. So given the fact that I agree with your assessment, the property owner is not here to contest it, I'm going to go ahead and approve the 180-day open abatement request contained in your case CE 192930.
Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome. Next item on the agenda is agenda item number 4. This is a request for public nuisance items at the Placentia property located at 1810 East Palmcroft.
Good evening.
Good afternoon, Mr. Glab.
I'm here to Michael Glab, Residential Code Inspector for the City of Tempe. I'm here today in reference to this property at 1810 East Palmcroft Drive here in Tempe. Violations of city code were observed in September of 2018, January of 2019, and then again in April of 2019. So this would be the third violation within the past 13 calendar months. It seems that based upon the history of this property, actions only taken for maintenance when our office makes contact with property management or the owners, that there's no proactive maintenance taken at the property. As of today, there was still some grass and weeds present to the west side of the house, and then lawn parking present on the east side of the house. Notices were mailed to the property owners related, though, to this violation starting from April of 2019. No contact has been made by anybody, tenants, owners, property manager, with my office. And again, minimal efforts are made at the property to bring it into compliance. There's still noticeable grass and weeds present at the property at this time. At this moment in time, I'm seeking a 180-day open abatement period with the hopes that property abatement will motivate the property owners to maintain the property a bit better than they have in the past.
Just a curiosity, how come there are so many different entities that have been sent notice for these? You know, we've got the Placentia Land Trust, care of Tatum Financial Group. We have Horizon. Has it just changed? Horizon Property Management Group, a name that I can't pronounce, Fierdemont Mersal and yet it's the Placentia property. Do you have any idea what's going on there?
Correct. So I would personally try to mail notices to any known address via county records or the city's water billing system. In the case of the list of names that you provided, the last name would be the tenant that was listed with the city's utilities. The first names would be what the county has on file for mailing addresses and ownership information. So in this case, at least 3 notices would have been sent to 3 different parties via what was listed with the county and the city.
Okay, so you're confident that proper notice has been made for this parcel?
Yes, I've attempted to reach everything that's listed for the contact information for the owner via the county and through the city records.
Okay.
And then stuff's been posted to the structure itself as well.
Okay. Great. Well, like I said in my preamble, abatements happen after multiple attempts to, achieve compliance from the property owner. So I agree with your assessment of the property. The property owner is not here this afternoon to provide any testimony for or against the abatement. So I'm going to go ahead and approve the 180-day open abatement you're requesting in CE 192336.
Thank you.
Thank you. This brings us to agenda item number 5. This is a request for abatement of public nuisance items at the Koon property located at 2625 South River Drive. Mr. Glab.
Good afternoon again. I'm here in reference to this property at 2625 South River. In April of 2019, my office received a complaint related to issues at the property. I observed violations of city code and spoke with the resident in person in their driveway. We discussed the violations and compliance. In May of 2019, I then exchanged voicemails with the resident. They requested an extension, which was granted. Upon that extension expiring in May of 2019, I then observed that the violations remained and mailed notices to the property owner on 2 separate occasions. In June of 2019, the violations remained and a notice was posted to the structure itself. And then in July of 2019, I noted that progress had ceased. Then submitted the packet for addition to tonight's hearing in August of 2019. At some point in the month of August, I did receive a phone call from the owner. They discussed wanting to enclose the carport area so that all the items would not be visible from public right-of-way any longer. I did discuss with them that they would need to get the blessings of other city offices such as building safety and planning departments. They understood that at the time of our conversation. And then as of today, building materials have been delivered to the driveway. However, at this moment in time, I have no idea of their timetable or if they are going to even follow through with it, if they're even approved via planning and building safety. At this moment in time, with inoperable vehicles and junk debris present in that carport visible from public right-of-way, I'm seeking approval for 180-day open abatement period.
Okay. Have you tried to get an understanding from planning whether they've filed an application for a use permit to enclose the driveway to allow parking in the front yard setback?
I haven't seen an approval in the computer system that we share. So at this moment in time, I don't believe they're proceeding with approval from the planning department.
Okay. They may be planning to do it without a permit or
and submitting it afterwards.
something like that, yeah. Okay, again, the property owner isn't here this afternoon, and the conditions haven't changed in the last 6 months. They asked for an extension, it was granted, but there's been no measurable difference to the property. So I agree with your assessment of the property, and the property owner is not here to speak. So I'm going to go ahead and approve the abatement that you're seeking for the Koon property in case number CE 192710.
Thank you.
Thank you. This brings us to the last item on our agenda. This is for the Wynn property. This property is located at 3233 South 48th Street. Ms. Wozniak.
Good evening, ma'am. My name is Amy Wozniak. I'm a code inspector with the city of Tempe. I am requesting a 180-day open abatement for the property at 3233 South 48th Street. Based on the facts, several violation letters have been mailed to the property owner at the last known address. None of the letters have been returned to me. I've had no correspondence with the property owner for a very long time. A notice to abate was posted on the vacant property and copies were sent to the property owner's last known address. The property violations consist of uncontrolled grass and weeds throughout the property, excessive trash and debris throughout the property, and there's graffiti on the east perimeter wall, the trash enclosure, and the building itself. The property owners have made no attempt to reach compliance. Additional complaints have been received for this property. Since 2014, this property has been abated 4 times for the same violations. I visited the property today and noticed no compliance has been made. The property continues to deteriorate and be an eyesore for the community. So I thank you for your consideration to approve this abatement request.
Okay, thank you. I do agree with your assessment. I observed it, and yeah, it looks horrible. And like you said, the property owner's been completely unresponsive. My only regret is that I can't give you more than 180 days for an abatement like this. That's been just
I think the neighbors would agree with you if you
in
did,
such
though.
a continuous state of disrepair. It's, you know, it should be like a 1-year open abatement. So anyways, the property owner's not here, and I agree with your assessment, so I'm going to go ahead and approve your abatement you're requesting in CM 190629.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. That concludes our agenda this afternoon. Staff, do you have any announcements? Our next hearing will be September 17th here in this pop-up council chamber. Thank you. We're adjourned.